think qualifying for the World Cup with Scotland would eclipse anything I've ever achieved in the game. 100% I've thought about it. I allow myself to think about it because why not?
John, I'd love to think this is the strangest place you've ever done an interview, but it's probably not.
Carpool karaoke with Kenny Miller. Would you wish for anything else?
Things will never be that bad. People don't have to suffer that much. Big week, going into a big game, no mucking about, amazing facilities, great weather. But it all comes down to Greece.
We can't complain. Amazing hotel, brilliant pitches, huge preparation. Going into Saturday, we know the job at hand, what we need to do to set ourselves up for Tuesday. But full focus is on Saturday. We're training hard. We've got no excuses come Saturday.
How are you feeling going into it? Obviously, Steve was a wee bit down, and I know you guys were after the last couple of games, but no one's going to care even when we qualify.
Nah, I think the last two performances weren't great, but like we keep touching on, the performance probably can't get any worse in those two games, but the two results were really good and sets us up for an exciting finish. So if you asked us at the start of the campaign, would we like to be in this position, I think the majority of us and the majority of the country would say yes. So I think we can be pleased with where we're at. We've given ourselves a great opportunity to qualify directly, and we're going to give it absolutely everything to do that.
It's amazing to be in this position. You don't believe, Andy Robertson, that you can remember France '98, do you? You've said this before.
Nah, I can't remember it. Robbo says he can, but he was slightly older than me, maybe a few months, but I can't remember.
He remembers the family party and he remembers wee flags about the house and stuff like that, but you've said to say you don't remember anything.
Nah, I don't. I can only remember watching World Cups on the telly. I mean, it's obviously the pinnacle of football, professional football, and for a Scotland team to be involved in that, it doesn't even bear thinking about. So we're the group of guys that can go and achieve that and go and create some history and do it. So I'm sure the whole nation's excited, but for us it's to sort of bottle that excitement up and use it to fuel us for Saturday.
Like, you take it for granted that every footballer likes football, but knowing you and your brothers, like you boys love football. I remember speaking to you before the first Euros you qualified for, and even the sticker book was a novelty. I mean, what would a World Cup mean? I think I've said it a few times. I think I've been lucky enough to do many good things in the game. Not everything I've achieved in football's resulted in medals or things like that, but I've managed to do a few special things which will love me forever. But I think qualifying for the World Cup with Scotland would eclipse anything I've ever achieved in the game. So for us, we know we've got 180 minutes to put ourselves in the best possible chance, and starting Saturday we know it's going to be so difficult. Greece will feel like they owe us one, so we need to go there and put in a similar performance to what we did when we won there last time out, and we're going to have to suffer. We know that we're going to have to defend, we're going to have to put our bodies on the line, but if you want to play in a World Cup, if you want to play on the biggest stage, you need to suffer at times and feel that. So we're excited, we're fully prepared and ready to go, and like I say, we're ready. There's not many teams win over there the way we did. What do we need to do well to do that again? Similar
to the first half. Maybe not the second half, we were under the cosh a little bit, but we defended well, we created chances on the break, and we looked like a Scotland team. We were fighting for everything, we provided moments of quality, and I think we deserve to win over there. We're going to have to, like I say, suffer the same. It's an intense atmosphere. I've played there with my club and played there with Scotland, so fans are right on top of you, they're passionate and they're loud, and once you get that out of the way, you play your football, and hopefully we can show what we're capable of and come out with a positive result.
Do you let your mind wander? Do you let yourself dream, or is it fully conditioned, one game at a time, and all those cliches?
You'd be lying if you said you didn't think about it. You see teams qualifying, you remember the feeling of qualifying for 2 European Championships, and just think about every celebration times two. So I 100% have thought about it. I allow myself to think about it because why not manifest it and just see if you can put yourself in that position. And standing in the tunnel on Saturday and standing in the tunnel on Tuesday will make sure I'll take my mind to the Tartan Army in America, Mexico, Canada.
I mean, they feed off you and vice versa. What are you looking for in the night from them?
I just support the way they have been. I think what I see more than most, having spent many years being around the Scotland setup, is Tartan Army, Scotland games, Scotland success is people's lives, and people work to earn money to travel and follow Scotland, and we can give them probably their best ever experience in following Scotland in a World Cup in North America. So as long as the boys know that, we don't take that for granted. The dedication, the hours they put in away from the football to afford to come and watch us, we don't take that for granted. And like I said, it's much more than a game of football for a lot of these guys.
It's another cliche, but it is like a club spirit in the dressing room. Like, you go way back with some of these boys. I mean, it would feel like you were able to go full circle if you were to get to a World Cup with half a dressing room that you've shared since you were Scotland in the 19s, 21s, men's A.
The journey for a lot of days has been incredible. You build bonds and friendships that will last you a lifetime. I know that we'll get the tag now of an ageing group, but what we have in there, no other national team will be able to replicate. No egos, just normal guys looking to be successful for their country, and it's a privilege to come away and be involved in that. The minute anybody steps out of line, it can be a younger guy, it can be someone who's just at the middle of their Scotland career, but everyone keeps himself focused, humble. There's times where we let ourselves down on the pitch, there's no getting away from that, but we suffer together and we celebrate together. So privileged to be a part of the group, and hopefully many years to come.
It's not been a straight line for a lot of you boys either. Like, every footballer's got setbacks, but for a lot of boys, it's not as if a lot of you were wonder kids at 13, 14. A lot of you have had setbacks, injuries, been released at various points. Like, do you think that's added to the character in the group?
I think it's hopefully relatable for a lot of the young people now aspiring to be footballers. You look at Andy Robertson playing for Queen's Park, then going to be a Champions League and Premier League winner. He made me believe, even though he's the same age as me, that I could go and compete in the Premier League. And hopefully people in Scotland now, whether they're at a club that would be called a so-called lower club in Scotland, or playing at boys clubs, you just never know where it can take you. And hopefully, like you say, we've had loads of setbacks, whether that's growing up, through our careers, relegations, failed moves. I think there's a lot of ups and downs in that group, and you use those experiences to not only to learn from, but to hopefully inspire the younger generation.
Well, you got involved when you were in the Championship. It must have felt a long way from a World Cup at that point.
I will always be grateful to Gordon Strachan for that. I remember he got absolutely slaughtered for me getting picked for the squad, but what that was an opportunity to grab with both hands, and thankfully I managed to do that, and stayed a pretty much a regular ever since. So I think now we've got a good balance. Maybe a few of us on the kind of older side, but it's up to the younger players to come in and try and take our place. And so far the ones that are here are improving every squad, and it's brilliant to have them about.
What does the rest of this week look like?
No, the water slides or any stuff here, but no, just trying to stay as calm and as focused as possible. I think we're excited, but it's probably quite nice being away from home, probably not hearing any of the noise, and just focusing on the game. So we'll travel there on Friday, soak up the atmosphere and be ready to go Saturday night.
Do you need wound up or calm down before a game?
No, I'm calm. Probably too calm in some people's eyes, but it's just the way I am. I think you've trained since you were 7 or 8 to be in these situations and scenarios, and you're in control. When you're stood in the tunnel, you're in control of what you're going to do. Doesn't always work, but you know you've done whatever you possibly can to prepare yourself. So in that sense, it's much easier being on the pitch. It's much more nerve-wracking being at the side watching. So for me, I'm calm, don't really get nervous, and I'm really excited to go.
Who's the opposite? Who's bouncing off walls?
I'd say I'm bouncing off walls, probably not in a serious way.
That's good.
I don't know, everyone's different. Rob was a little bit more stern and serious. Big Scotty, sometimes the same. Everyone's different. Different characters, and that's what makes us as gel as a group. So everyone kind of bounces off each other in different ways, but ultimately it's how you can prepare best for a game. It's what suits you, and I think the manager, has evolved as well with that. He's allowed us to prepare in that way and and giving us a chance to do that.
There's a great scene in Craig Brown's World Cup diary in 1998. Collingwood's so fired up for the Brazil game that he walks the wrong way down the tunnel, away from the pitch. There's nobody that wound up, nobody that intense that they're...
I don't think there would be anyone that wound up to walk in a different direction, but hopefully we can have our own documentary like 98.
Well, listen, all the best when it comes.
Thank you, Kenny.